everyone, it's Hannah Ross. Welcome back to my channel. So we are back at it with yet another minimalist makeup collection declutter. I think we're going to be able to get rid of about a third of my makeup collection today. Let's hop into my favorite videos to produce for you all here on YouTube, a makeup declutter. And as I'm sure you can see, we are starting off with Complexion products. And let's head first to the Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is an incredible concealer. It is in the shade G8. And honestly, I am going to declutter this. I used to be the shade medium and they have since changed their shades, and now this G8 does not match me whatsoever. It is an incredible concealer, but I just truly can't stand the shade. It is just a little too deep and dark on me, and it comes out a little bit orangey. So I do think this one is going to head into the declutter. And you know what? I'm not too upset about it because I do have another concealer in my collection, and my rule is I tend to try to stick to only one of each product. So this Glossier Stretch is heading to the declutter pile, but don't worry, it's a perfect shade match for my mom, so this is absolutely going to go to good use. Next up, let's talk about the other concealer that I have, and that is my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. I have nothing but amazing things to say about the Radiant Creamy Concealer. It is the best concealer I've ever used in my entire life, and the shade match is so good for me. This Custard shade somehow takes me from summer to winter, whether I have a tan or not. I'm not quite sure how. It's absolutely magical. It is also the best consistency. It has the best coverage for me, which is a medium buildable coverage. It is incredible. So the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is definitely a keep. I almost need to replace it soon because it's almost empty, but I'll scrape the sides before that happens. So it is going to the keep pile. And finally, in the complexion category, Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Let's get focused there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, wow. Okay, this powder is absolutely incredible. It is amazing. You have probably heard me talk about it so much on my channel, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it today, other than to say that it absolutely is the best powder that I've ever used, and it also made it so that I did not need to wear foundation anymore, so this product holds a very special place in my heart. But alas, this one is actually empty. I know it doesn't look it, but there is no more powder that I can get from this little container, so it is actually heading in the declutter pile. Okay, so the next category is cream cheek products, and I have two Glossier items here to talk about today. The first is the Solar Paint, a very new product in my collection. I have this one in the shade Ray, and it just missed the mark. It is a luminous bronzer creme, and to me it's just not a very good product, or it didn't work well on my skin. My main complaints are that it's patchy and it has very chunky glitter, and I was not reaching for this at all. I have worn this only a few times. It is so hard to work with in person that I just can't keep it in my collection. It also has a very orangey hue, and I was looking for something warm, but see that is just straight orange. So I did not like this whatsoever, and I should have gotten rid of it in my last declutter, but because it was new, I found it really hard to declutter, but it's time now. I don't want it in my collection. It might work for someone else, so it is heading to the declutter pile. And finally in this category, we have the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. This product, on the other hand, is absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. It is so blendable, easy to work with, beautiful color, has that warmth, but also a little bit of pinkiness to it too. It's kind of like a blush and bronzer had a baby, and it is a fantastic product. But honestly, I have been using this product for maybe 5 years and I am just kind of done. I want to try something else. I haven't been reaching for it. This happens every once in a while. So do I think that this is an incredible product that I highly recommend? Yes, absolutely. But I just want a little bit of a makeup refresh and I have not been wearing this. So I am actually going to put this in the declutter pile, and that means I'm left with no cream cheek products for right now in my makeup collection, and that is a-okay to me. Next up is powder cheek products, and I have 3 NARS items here. So I have a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight. Let's start first with the blush. So this is the NARS Zen Blush. I am tempted to declutter this just because it is not available anymore, but I just can't. Like, it's too beautiful. And I wear it so often. I absolutely can't bring myself to declutter it. So I will definitely be using this one up in its entirety before I move along to a different blush. Yes, this is the only blush I have. I absolutely love it, and it kind of acts like a really light, slightly warm bronzer. So I can get away with wearing this as the only thing on my cheeks if it is like the dead of winter and I don't have a tan. So this one is definitely staying in the keep pile. Next up, let's head to the bronzer, and the one I have is the NARS Laguna bronzer. This is also tempting to declutter because I much prefer my bronzers to be completely matte, but this one actually has some shimmer to it. I'm not quite sure if you can see it there, but it has a luminosity. It's quite beautiful, but I just prefer, like I said, to have my blush and my bronzer be matte. But I feel like it would be so wasteful to declutter this just to get one that is the exact same but matte. So I am going to keep this NARS Laguna. Plus it's quite small. You can see in comparison to the highlight, it's just a little tiny mini. So I should be done with it fairly soon. And then I can purchase something that is matte. So the NARS Laguna is definitely going to stay in the keep pile. Third and final, this is my NARS Fort de France highlighter. Yeah, you could not you could not take this one from me. It is my most favorite highlighter that I have ever found. Wore it on my wedding day. Absolutely love it. Perfect champagne shade. Doesn't have chunky glitter. Blends into the skin. Looks seamless. I could go on and on about this highlight. It is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. The only teeny tiny itty bitty downside is that I wish it were a smaller compact. Highlight is, out of my 3 cheek products, the one I use up the slowest. And this pan size is huge. Like, it is massive, but that's okay. I will be using this for the rest of my life, and you know what? Enjoying every moment of it. So the NARS Fort de France highlighter is definitely here to stay, and it is heading to the keep pile. So the next category is eyeshadow, and I am here again with another NARS product. This is the NARS Voyageur eyeshadow palette in the shade Copper. Now this is a beautiful palette. It has 6 shades, 3 mattes, 3 shimmers. And as far as the formula goes, as far as the product goes, I really don't have any complaints. The only reason why this is kind of close to getting decluttered every single one of these videos that I do is because I am not an eyeshadow wearer. I rarely go beyond using my blush, bronzer, and highlight as my eyeshadow. But that being said, every time I do have a special occasion, I always end up pulling this out and I say, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful I did not declutter this because I really like the extra special eye looks I can get from it. So every time I'm tempted and every time it stays in the keep pile, and today is not going to be any exception. Okay, and the next category to chat about is eyeliner. I have one liquid and one stick. Let's start first with the liquid. This is the NYX Epic Ink Liner, simply in the shade Black. I like this eyeliner. I don't love this eyeliner. It's good for the price, that's for sure. It's very inexpensive, but it is kind of hard to get an ultra precise wing. It also doesn't have the best lasting power on planet Earth. And from time to time, it just like explodes on me and I get black ink everywhere. So it is a good eyeliner. It's not a great eyeliner, but quite frankly, it is the only one I have right now. So I am going to keep it for now, use it up, and then replace it with a different eyeliner the next time I purchase a liquid eyeliner. And here is my stick eyeliner. This is just the NYX retractable eyeliner, again, simply in the shade Black. This I would say is actually even better in comparison than the liquid eyeliner. This is quite a good product. The only thing that it doesn't have is insane lasting power, but it's very creamy, easily blendable, very smooth. It's a good eyeliner. And for now, I do feel some sort of necessity to keep both a liquid and stick formula, simply because I tend to put the stick in my waterline and I tend to use the liquid eyeliner for a wing on my eyelid itself. So I do think this one for now is going to stay in the keep category. Okay, and the next category is mascara, and I only have this one. This is the Lancome Lash Idole mascara in Glossy Black. It is a good mascara, okay? It's a good mascara. It does have the plasticky wand, which I do not prefer. I prefer like a thick brush wand, and it gives kind of an everyday separated lengthened effect, which quite frankly is also what I don't prefer. I kind of like a very voluminous, very chunky in your face mascara, not like too spidery, but definitely very volumizing, and you can tell that I am wearing mascara. And you know what? This one just doesn't give it to me. And it's not empty. It is kind of on its way, but this one's just gonna go straight to the declutter pile because it is not my perfect mascara. I am on the hunt, you guys. If you have any very good voluminous mascaras that stay really well, don't flake, don't smudge, and are easy to take off at the end of the night, please leave them in the comments down below. I am still on this hunt. And yeah, the Lash Idole mascara is just not gonna do it for me, so it is going to head to the declutter pile today. Okay, next up is eyebrows, and first off here we have the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. This is the best eyebrow pencil. I love it oh so much. It is so good. It stays forever. It's really affordable. The color match is good for me. It has a really precise tip and it's just so easy to use. Plus it has the spoolie on the end, which I always prefer. So as I'm sure you can imagine, this one is going to stay in the keep pile. Next up is my Glossier Boy Brow, and I just have this one in the shade brown, I think. Yes, just brown. This is a really great product. It's also very easy to use. They describe it as a brow pomade, and that really makes a lot of sense to me. It's not a gel, it's not a wax, it is really a pomade texture. It adds like a matte lift to your eyebrows and adds a lot of definition without feeling crusty. I love to put this in either on its own if I'm not wearing any other eyebrow products, or I will pop it on top of my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I have really enjoyed using this product again, and this one is also going to be staying in the keep pile. So the final category I have to talk about today is also my biggest one in the bunch, and that is lips. So let's start first on the end here with this Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Reshape and Resize Lip Liner, and I have it in the shade Pillow Talk 2 Medium. Great product, honestly. Very, very nice product. It is a very long-lasting product. I do find it slightly drying, and I find my lips get a little bit chapped after using it too much. But all in all, a really great product and in a beautiful shade. It's also worthy to note that I actually wear lip liners as lipsticks. So yes, of course I will line my lips, but then I will fill it in and use the lip liner as a lipstick as well. So that's why you're not seeing any lipsticks here. But anyways, I digress. Because the color is so beautiful and it really does have good lasting power, I am definitely going to be keeping this in my collection for now. And next up is a red lip liner. This is the NYX retractable lip liner, just simply in the shade red. And it is really, really gorgeous. I am tempted to declutter this one just because I wear red so infrequently, but when I do, I really enjoy it and I like the look. So I just don't think I am ready to part with it today. It's also a fantastic product. Really creamy. I really enjoy the shade. It is definitely a true blue red and it has really great lasting power. So I just don't think I'm ready in my heart of hearts to let this one go today. So it is going to stay in the keep pile. Next up, we have my Ride or Die. This is the NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Nude. Now this one is actually going to be heading to the declutter pile, but don't worry, it's not because I don't love it. It is simply because it is completely empty. Did you see that? It needs to go. So I absolutely will be replacing this, don't you worry. But for now, this one has got to go in the declutter pile, but it is just a amazing product, you guys. I really like the peachy nude shade for me. It has the same lasting power as the red, very creamy, very blendable. I adore these products. I also love that they're retractable because I don't have to have a lip liner sharpener. So yeah, they are just amazing. So this one is heading to the declutter pile, but it's not a declutter in my heart, if you know what I mean. Okay, and then finally here we have the Glossier lip gloss. I am not going to be decluttering this today, and it's just the one in the shade Clear, I believe. I'm kind of a little bit off the lip gloss train. I might try something else when this is done, but I definitely wear it and I'm definitely going to use it up. So it's not something that's going to head to the declutter pile today, but I don't think I would necessarily replace this exact same one simply because I want to move away from lip gloss. But as far as the product goes, 10 out of 10. Best lip gloss I've ever used by a landslide. It is amazing. So if you are in the market for a lip gloss, I would definitely recommend this one. It isn't fragranced, it's not sticky, it has a glass-like finish, and it lasts a pretty long time for a lip gloss as well. So this one is going to be staying in the keep category for today. Okay, so let's bring in the declutters. There we go. So we have a total of 6 products that I am getting rid of today. Some I am just over, some are bad shade matches for me, some just don't have quite the right characteristics. I'm looking at you, mascara. And then some are simply empty. So that is the final declutter pile, and we started with 18 products. So we got rid of 6, which is pretty darn good. So I am pretty proud of that declutter. And now let's get these out of the way and bring in the new. So this is where I store all of my beauty extras. And I'm sure you were a little surprised that I was getting rid of my only mascara. Well, have no fear. There are some items in here that I need to pull out to replenish some of the things that we decluttered. All right, let's see what there is inside that we need to get out. Okay, that, and that. There we go. Okay, these are 3 items that I think are as essential as they can be in my minimalist makeup collection. And I just so happen to have some extra stock of them. So I had an extra mascara on hand. This is the Rare Beauty mascara. I actually have used this in the mini size, and to be honest, it's another one of those. It's okay, but it's not my holy grail mascara, but I absolutely am going to use it because I have it and I just quite frankly, don't feel like spending money on a brand new mascara when I have one that's perfectly fine. So this is going to get added to my minimalist makeup collection. And then we have a replacement nude lip liner. There we go. Nice and fresh, ready to go. Absolutely don't want to be without this lip liner, so it is also getting added to my collection. And then the third thing is simply just a little replacement container of this Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. You're gonna focus, there we go. So I rely very heavily on this when I do my makeup, so I absolutely need one at all times in my makeup collection. So it is also getting added to the pile. So drum roll, please. Let's now bring in my entire new refreshed minimalist makeup collection. All right, that is it. And we have 4 products hiding right there. So I am really happy with how this declutter went and how my collection is looking now. But there's only going to be one true test to this, and it's to see if everything fits back in my tiny drawer that I have allocated simply for makeup items. So let's just get into organizing, shall we? Oh, my friends, that is looking significantly better than when we started. I remember that there was a bunch of products piled on top of each other, namely these cheek Glossier products that were right here. And now it is perfectly organized and everything has its specific distinct spot. The only thing that is overlapping, and that is okay in my mind, are these powder products. There's just simply not enough room to have them lying flat. So I have stacked those up and all 4 fit perfectly flush in this drawer. And to be honest, when I'm using powder products, I will likely be using at least 3 out of those 4 items. So I don't mind just lifting them up in one piece. All right, my friends, so that is it. This is the final minimalist makeup collection, looking so much cleaner, and I feel very refreshed getting rid of a few items that just weren't serving me anymore. So that is it for this minimalist makeup declutter.